When it comes to rappers, they love to spend their money. Whether it may be cars, jewelry, or even a house, they always go big. Stay tuned to not miss a single rapper who went all out for their crib. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Drake.
This house he just bought. No, it's crazy.
7 bedrooms, 9 baths, 7,500 square feet.
When it comes to Drake, he is one of the most popular rappers out there right now, and he's worth $150 million. So if he didn't have a big mansion, you'd be shocked. But ironically enough, Drake got his main mansion out of steel. You see, the asking price for the mansion that he lives in right now was originally $27 million. That's a lot, but somehow, someway, Drake got the mansion for only $7.7 million. That's a $20 million savings, basically. Can you believe that? Now your mind is no doubt thinking, why was it so much to buy, even at the discount price? Well, naturally, there's a lot in this place, and I do mean a lot. For example, if you like to swim, this place has you covered, for it has numerous pools, and I do mean numerous. There's one that is a full-on Olympic swimming pool, but that's just one of them. There are also other pools and a pool that goes into a grotto, and that grotto has waterfalls. Because why not when you have that much money to burn? Now, Drake didn't buy the house and make it that, it was clearly already there, but still, Drake owns it now. Not impressed? Well, if you're into sports, this mansion has a tennis court, as well as a place to play beach ball. Oh, you have horses? No problem. This place has a space for them and a training area too. It has a massage room, a home theater, a gym, and apparently one of the best marbled bathrooms in existence. And it's all owned by Drake. This doesn't even touch upon some of the other things he owns, like a large shoe collection with one pair being actual gold, as well as having some rare Air Jordans. You'll also find a long line of cars like a Bentley, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, a Mercedes, and so on and so forth. Drake lives large, and this is only one of the mansions he owns. Dr. Dre.
I told my wife we should call this place Folsom. This is it. This is the last place we're ever gonna live, so we're trying to make it perfect.
If we're going to talk about rappers who made it to the top and stayed there, Dr. Dre is easily near the top of the list. He started off in NWA, but then went solo and started his own record label that brought in legends like Eminem and 50 Cent to the genre.
Yeah. The studio's down there.
Then, after he made his own headphone label in Beats by Dre, Apple bought it out for $2 billion. So can you guess how epic of a mansion he has? Here's the twist though, Dr. Dre didn't just get a mansion, he bought a mansion that used to be owned by legendary NFL quarterback Tom Brady and his wife Giselle. In fact, the whole outside and inside of the house was designed by Giselle and Tom Brady, and they chose everything from the furniture to the light fittings and more. Dre was obviously impressed with the work that they put into the house, as he has yet to change a thing. From the cool game rooms to the homely dinner table and amazing view with the pool. The house cost a whopping $50 million. Now sure, he has likely put in his own touches over the years, but Giselle is known for her style, so if he bought that house for that much, he clearly liked what he saw. Lil Pump.
This room I'm staying in right now.
I don't think it's very ironic that Lil Pump is on this list, because when you think about what you would buy with a bunch of money, one of those things is a home. It's a very basic thing, but it's something that most definitely has to be earned, unless you're someone like Lil Pump who has so much money to burn that he felt he could buy anything he wanted without going to that basic needs list. It got so bad that fellow rapper J. Cole actually called him out in a song called 1985 and said that Lil Pump needs to take stock on what he's buying and what he should be spending money on. One of the things he condemned Lil Pump was for buying a lot of flashy things and not a house. That literally changed the day after the song dropped, because Lil Pump does not like to be dissed, and so he decided to show up J. Cole in the biggest way that he possibly could. Lil Pump went and dropped a staggering $4.5 million on a house for himself.
You know why? Cause scat. That's why.
You could say that this is a lot of money to spend on a single house, and you would be right. But when it comes to Lil Pump, he doesn't do anything halfway when it comes to showing up a rival. Oh, but it gets better, or worse depending on how you look at it. You see, after getting the house and settling in, Lil Pump made a post on Instagram about the purchase and said that the only reason that he did it was that because he was bored.
I got bored, so you know what I did? I went and dropped $4.5 million on the house.
So he didn't give J. Cole any credit for this, but given Lil Pump's history, that's not a surprise. But can we just acknowledge the fact that he dumped over $4 million on a house just to get back at a rapper, and then said that he did it because he was bored? But that's Lil Pump for you. Birdman. Birdman is a legend in the rap industry, as he helped make the careers of many stars including Lil Wayne, and his record label Cash Money was a big influencer in the rap genre for many years. However, he's also infamous for stifling rappers the pay they were due, including Lil Wayne. At the height of his hubris, he went and bought a $14.5 million mansion down in Miami, one that was quite literally decked out with just about everything you can put into a mansion and more. So in other words, this was his castle, one that he was very proud of and willing to spend top dollar to make perfect in his eyes. But that was not only a bad decision, it was also a stupid purchase. Why was this a stupid purchase outside of the price tag? Simple. He had to take out a loan to make his dream mansion come true, and then he defaulted on the loan. It led to a court case, Birdman getting evicted from it, and him basically losing everything he put into it. So not a good series of events for him. It's almost ironic that there aren't a lot more people on the list that have a similar situation to Birdman, because rappers are known for spending big on their mansions, as you're seeing here. But the fact that he dumped tens of millions on this house and then had it taken away from him is sad. True, we can blame Birdman for all this because it was his decision to do this via a loan, and his decision to not pay his rappers, and thus his decision to try and spend money that he honestly didn't have. And he's not the first rapper to lose a mansion like this, but it may be one of the most grand ways to lose it given all the effort that went into it. Drake's other mansion. Over the course of his career, Drake has had many mansions that he has enjoyed. He had one in Miami for a while, but then decided to give it up and go and be in a place called Hidden Hills. It's in California and located outside of Los Angeles. But what sets it apart is that he calls it his bachelor pad, which he can still say as he's single. Oh, and it cost him over $20 million to buy. Just saying. But what might be the most important thing about this house is that it's within a gated community. This is important for many reasons, not the least of which is that the gated community ensures his privacy. You might think that celebrities enjoy being in the spotlight all the time, as that is their job to an extent, but in truth, it's never that simple. Sometimes these celebrities just try and have a fun regular life, or go out on the town with friends to live life up, and they're hounded by the paparazzi and other media. It can weigh on a person who just wants to be themselves. But back to the mansion. He has 6 bedrooms for himself and his guests to relax in, and when he needs to take them around town, as it is next to Los Angeles, he has an army of cars waiting for them. If this doesn't feel expensive enough for you, check this real story out. While staying at his mansion in Hidden Hills, his neighbors started getting on his nerves, which if we're being honest is a natural thing, but Drake wasn't going to tolerate that, not one bit. So he decided to spend $2.5 million on that house to buy them out and get them out, just because he didn't like the noises coming from the place. Now I'm sure we've all had fantasies about buying out a noisy neighbor, but I doubt that even if we had the money that we'd do it, because that's another house we have to take care of. And in the case of Drake, I doubt he lives in that Hidden Hills mansion too long because of his busy schedule and his other home in Toronto. So while he has now a massive set of properties, is it really worth it? I'll let you decide.
Did you want to win any of these items on the screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video.
50 Cent.
Just said he upgraded a lot of the mechanicals and the roofs, but he also added an exterior pool, a grotto with the waterfall.
50 Cent may be one of the most controversial rappers out there, but when it comes to money, he's made more than his fair share. He's even got deals right now that can make him even richer if he is lucky. So between his past and his present, having a large mansion isn't out of the realm of possibility. His 50 square foot house in Connecticut is just what you would expect from the rapper. This humongous compound has 52 rooms and is 17 acres of land. Think about that. One mansion has 52 rooms. You could bring your entire extended family in the mansion and you'd likely still have rooms to spare. There's even a helicopter pad for friends who want to drop in, because you know a lot of his friends are rich and likely have helicopters to ride on it. There's also an indoor pool, a gym, a racquetball court, and a private nightclub that can cater to 50 guests. So clearly 50 Cent got this house because he wanted to party with all of his friends and enjoy the high life without having to leave his house. An admirable goal in some rights. However, this $14.5 million property is also on the market, meaning that 50 Cent is trying to get rid of it, but it's proving to be a difficult sell, which isn't surprising given the massive amount of rooms and things inside of it that no doubt has to be a big upkeep. The price has been reduced several times but remains on the market. Will it sell? Who knows, but they're going to be in for something really big if they do get it. Still, whether he owns it or sells it, 50 Cent has quite the pad. But for your next one, I recommend getting fewer rooms and just driving to parties instead of trying to have everything in your mansion to make one. Kanye West.
How's it going, Kanye?
Don't say anything to me, man.
If we're going to talk about over the top mansions, you know that near the top you'd find Kanye West. Seriously, this is a man who just doesn't know how to do things small, but you have to give the assistance to his wife Kim Kardashian because she doesn't know how to do anything small either. And true to form, the West mansion isn't small by any stretch of the imagination. This is a mansion that is built on 3.5 acres of land and has multiple stories to it. Things you'll find in the mansion and on the estate include fountains, vineyards, spas, and so much more. But as for some of the expensive items that are inside the mansion, well, there's some really stupid stuff, like a $1 million fridge. I really wish I was making this up. I mean, who needs a $1 million fridge? Oh, Kim Kardashian apparently. She and Kanye bought this fridge for their Bel Air mansion, and they spared no expense on it. Also in 2013, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West decided that they were going to make sure their house was stylish from the outside all the way into the bathroom. That's right, the bathroom. And I'm not talking about nice tiling or an exotic shower, though I wouldn't be surprised at this point if they had it, but rather they wanted to have a very special exotic golden toilet. Oh, but not just one toilet. Oh no, they got 4 of them. 4. And the cost of these gold-plated toilets, again 4 of them, $750,000. Like I said, if someone was going to go over the top of their mansion, it would be Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. The house itself costs about $20 million, and all the things that are upon it and in it no doubt make the value almost double. I suppose if you're going to live big, you have to actually live in a place that can contain how big you actually are. And when it comes to those two, they are most definitely big. What pains me the most about this is the fact that on a whim, they could decide that they need an even bigger mansion or place to live in, and they'll do this all over again. Makes you wish you had their kind of money, am I right? Eminem's 2 mansions. Over the course of his career, Eminem has owned many different mansions. One of them you can find in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Ironically, Eminem has had this house for quite some time. He's technically owned it for over 15 years, and when he bought it, it cost $4.8 million. Usually when celebrities get one of these houses, they're forced to sell it, or they put it on the market for a huge price and then chop the price down until someone buys it. That didn't happen for Eminem. He was so fine with his money, because he's honestly really smart when it comes to it, that he put it on the market for $2 million and didn't bat an eye, which is a good deal for this property. The house itself was a 7,500 square foot space, one with a massive pool that comes with a waterfall, a 6-acre garden, a tennis court, a wild game room, a guest house, and a room for 12 cars. Plus, the whole property is protected by a guardhouse that monitors the entranceway, which was a big reason why Eminem got it and stayed there in the first place. Then there's the Clinton Township home, the current main residence of Eminem. But how much is it worth? We honestly don't know, and we mean that truthfully. The house itself was actually built back in 1996, and then Eminem personally bought it in 2000 for $1.5 million. We know that there are certain things at the residence, including a conservatory and a massive swimming pool. We also know that the house is 8,900 square feet and has a big parking lot to be filled with all of Eminem's cars. All other information is tightly held, likely by intention. After all, of all the things that Eminem has in his life, one of the things he values most of all is privacy. Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are the definition of a power couple. Seriously, I bet if you looked up the term power couple, you'd see a pic of these two together. With a combined net worth of about $1.2 billion, you can believe that these two have a mansion that is worthy of them and their children. Their massive mansion can be found in Los Angeles, which is actually rather fitting given all of their connections to the region, both personal and professional. And it fills an area of 30,000 square feet. That's a lot of room that you need to fill. Oh, but it's not just one building that makes this mansion. It's actually 6 different buildings that comprise the whole area. Within them you'll find 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and likely some very expensive furniture and paints. Other things you'll find on the grounds of their mansion are a basketball court, 4 separate swimming pools, and a personal spa and fitness center. And you know there are likely some things that aren't shared with the media. Now you might be thinking, wouldn't having such a big place make them more at risk for an attack of some kind? No, because Jay-Z was smart, and he made it so at the slightest hint of danger from the outside, he can push a button and make it so that there's massive floor-to-ceiling panels covering the windows, all of which are bulletproof. The cost of all this? An astounding $88 million. Yeah, this place, when you account for certain internal things and upkeep, likely is about $100 million total, which just goes to show you, when you have money, you can buy just about anything you want and go as big as you desire. But there you have it, rappers and their expensive mansions. Can you believe the cost of some of these mansions? What are you the most jealous of in terms of what they're packing in those houses? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I'm King Trending, and I'll see you next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.